One of my favorite quotes around time is by Muscle Prodigy, where they say that time is the most precious commodity that you can never get back. And it's so true. And that's exactly why we're talking about time today, because we sat down with a health and fitness professional that is struggling with time right now in building her business. She has a full-time job right now, and she has a family, and she probably has maybe about 5 to 8 hours per week of deep work to actually build her business. So we teach her 2 strategies to really leverage her time that she has. 2 never seen before strategies that you could do if you're struggling with your time right now and building your business as well too. So let's jump into this laser focused coaching session and see how you can leverage your time with these 2 strategies.
All right, guys, welcome back to another laser focused coaching session. We got the awesome Shantae with us in the house. How you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you guys for having me.
You're very welcome. Now, we were just saying like before we hit record, we're having some video issues. And I was like, man, am I the only one that's going to jump on video? But cool, Shantae, I'm glad to have you here. So I want to just kick this off by having the listeners get to know you. So in 60 seconds, how long have you been coaching, and who do you help and serve as a health and fitness coach?
Okay. I've been coaching since 2016, and I help women that are over 40. I started off with women over 35 because I was 37 when I got started. But now that I'm over 40, I now help women over 40 change their body, change their mindset, and help them live healthier and happier.
I love that. I love that. And you look amazing. You look amazing, by the way.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'll be 48 in 4 days.
Hey, that's a new 30s.
Yeah, right. I always thought it would be old once you hit 40, and now since I'm over 40 now, I don't feel old anymore.
Yeah. And okay, so let me ask you this. So right now, like going into 2023, let's say in the next 6 months, where would you want your income to be per month with online clientele?
I would love to hit between $5,000 to $6,000 a month if that's possible.
Okay, beautiful. And then where are you currently at in your with your income right now per month?
With just the coaching, roughly maybe sometimes I'll hit 1,000. So it's usually like 1,000 or under.
Okay, cool. So we got maybe like a $5,000 gap, right? So yeah. What do you feel, Shantae, is like the biggest gap and hurdle that's really keeping you to get to that next income bracket of like $5,000 to $6,000 months?
I think a couple of things. And here is where my problem is. I have a lot of people that want to do the coaching, but they say they can't afford it. So I always dumb down my prices. And those are the individuals that I always end up having to work much harder for. I think my problem is I want to help people, but because coaching is not my main income, sometimes I'm okay with, well, maybe not okay with, but I can get by without making that extra money that I would make from coaching. And then also I find that there are a lot of other fitness gurus that are out there that are charging so much lower in their prices. And I guess a lot of people are asking, well, such and such is charging this amount. Why are you charging so much more? So I know that maybe those aren't my people, but I always find that I'm having to explain, okay, well, this is what you're getting when you're working with me, and this is why I charge this amount.
Okay, gotcha. No, I appreciate you explaining that. And honestly, like you're not the first person that's been having these issues as well too. And my question is, how many online clients do you have right now? Because you said you're doing this like on the side, right?
Yes, I am. I'm doing like sometimes between like 2 to 4 clients. Right now, I have 2. Okay,
cool. And then is this something that you want to transition to do more like full time and just like, like maybe scale down your full-time job?
I would love to.
Okay, awesome. Okay. So I'm trying to think here on the, which direction do you want to go with this, Chris?
I'm trying to look for this worksheet. I want to go into like her offer.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to look for this worksheet though, because it's super helpful.
Yeah. Oh, and then, so and I want to ask too, Shantae. So like, it could be too like some issues going on like in your messaging with like maybe like your content, and again, I would like to see you start doing what's called repel-based marketing, and that's really just kind of repelling the people that are currently following you and stuff away, because obviously they're not your buyers. And if they're sitting there talking about your prices are too expensive and they can't justify that, then it's okay. Like they're not going to ever be buyers. So you really don't care. So, start repelling against and calling them out, start talking about like, there's no investment, there's no price tag on your health and fitness, like this is why I charge a high premium because I do this and that. I solve this problem. Like I am different from all the coaches. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, because I've tried to, and I've started over so many times, and I feel like, you know, I don't know if I need to start over again, building like the foundation of the coaching, what I offer. And there's so many, I've had quite a few coaches, business coaches that are telling me, okay, well, you need to do this different. You need to do that different. And I've done those things and nothing changes. But I do definitely the repel-based marketing. I definitely think that would be a good option to add.
Yeah, and it's at the end of the day, it's the way I'll be honest, like people need to be called out on their shit, and it's like you're gonna offend some people, but a lot of people are actually gonna appreciate that, and they're gonna be like, wow, like Shantae is actually speaking to me,
Yeah.
like yeah, she's right, like there is no price tag on my health and fitness. This is why I need to invest in her. This is why I need to sit there and start changing, my lifestyle and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Where are most of these like online clients coming from? Like on Instagram, Facebook, where are they coming from?
Well, a little bit of both, but I think I get more traffic, more feedback, and more people talking to me on Instagram. Initially it was Facebook. And then a lot of my clients come from referrals. So I don't really do any advertising or anything. A lot of people come to me because I've worked with someone or someone knows of me. But yeah, I haven't really done any marketing really at all. Yeah.
Which is good too. And then I was going to say also I'm going to go two different ways with this. So how many daily conversations are you having on Facebook and Instagram to just, again, spark cut conversations that will potentially lead to phone calls?
It's not every day. But I would say sometimes for the week, usually it might be an average of between 5 to maybe 10 people.
Okay. Yeah. And that's good. So then this is where too, Shantae, where it's like, I know you're working like a full-time job, but this is where you could insert like a lead generating virtual assistant, right? That's going to do 10 hours of like outreach for you on Instagram or Facebook, start those conversations, and then you just go in there and take over. And it's beautiful because it saves you so much time. And
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Because I thought I just didn't make enough money to have like a virtual assistant, because most of these people that have virtual assistants have these really booming businesses and they're making all this money.
Yeah. Yeah. And definitely it's part of that. Like you want to get to those income brackets where it's like you are able to just, insert that into your business model because, it will buy you leverage and time. And the last thing I was just going to say is think about your local radius where you're at. Really, we're big on what we teach in our programs is for, our students to do nutrition clinics at local gyms to collaborate with people. And it's a beautiful model to where it's like you can get people into, 30 to 60 minute demonstration on nutrition, and then pitch them into, a 2 to 4 week challenge online. And it's just a beautiful model to get that know, like, trust. And then from there, you retain the lifetime value of those customers because they are going into your online program eventually.
Okay. Yeah, I've actually heard of that before. And I know like a couple of the gyms that are near me, they actually already have their own little nutrition thing going on. And one of the gyms that I ended up joining, that was one of the things that they pushed. They have this nutrition, for all the people that enroll.
It's a numbers game like anything else. Just keep outreach and just look for other ones, like even 10, 20, 30 mile radius to where even if you have to drive an hour, it's totally fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we good to go?
Yeah, it's okay. I want to talk about some of this stuff too, though, because this is good, what we're talking about, because it seems like too, like the big thing with you, Shantae, is your time too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like I'm working. I leave to go to work at like 6:45 in the morning, and I'm not getting home until like 6:30, sometimes 7 o'clock in the evening. Yeah. So a lot of the stuff that I do with my clients, I allow them to contact me a little bit later because my time is so limited, and I'm, reaching out to them. But when I do my Zoom calls, all that is done on the weekends.
Yeah. Yep. And that's, so I was going to draw that out for you, but that's basically weekends. So I think this is a bigger problem that you're kind of facing right now that you got to figure out, because we could definitely rework the offer, and I'm sure that'll help out as well too. But if you kind of look at what Eric was going back to talking about, having that lead generation VA. So you and every other health and fitness coach, if they were to follow this type of process, this is what it kind of looks like that they have to do, right? They have to post content. From there, they have to nurture people or get a hand raise, a like, a comment, a story view. That gives you permission to go in there and obviously, start a DM the right way, not the salesy way. So what the VA does, or I'll continue this. After that, you have a conversation in the DMs. You're trying to move them to a 15-minute call just to qualify them, build some rapport, see if they're a good fit, see if you even want to coach them, see if they even have the finances to afford you, right? From there, if you're like, okay, they're a good fit, I want to coach them, I think they have the finances, they're serious, we invite them on to a strategy call. So that's where we present the high ticket offer through a beautiful proposal to where it's really like a no-brainer for them to sign up with you, okay? Because we figure out their pain points and we solve that problem for them. What the VA does is they literally cut this legwork out for you.
All right, just give me 1 second. We'll get back to the training. Okay. Now look, if you are looking to enhance your content, if you're looking to really build what we call a content machine, okay, we have this awesome worksheet for you. So just check out the link below and you guys can download this awesome worksheet where there's like 3 or 4 different type of like exercises in there. You guys can really roll out some brand new content for your guys' online audience, your guys' brand, your offer. Okay. Now back to the training.
On here, right? So all you have to do is post content, but they go in there and they literally start the conversations with people, and they come in here, right, and start this process here, getting people onto the 15-minute calls and stuff like that, right? Oh, wow. And they sit there and they like and engage on other people's content as well too, so that you can go in there and start conversations with people too. So they're skipping steps for you. They're saving you time.
Yeah, that would be a huge time saver. I've had to pull back from posting on social media so much because it has been very, very time consuming.
Yeah. And like, just to kind of follow up on what Chris is saying, I mean, the more I'm thinking about this, it's like, it could be something where you have like an audience or messaging issue. But again, I just think at the end of the day, it's just like, you're not getting enough opportunities. You're not getting enough conversations going. Thus, it's like, you might get a couple of people that just, that they have a scarce mindset. Maybe they just don't, they only know what they know. They only, will invest X amount of money. So it's like, it sucks because it limits you. And it's like, if you had 20 to 30 to 40 conversations per week, not if even more, it's like, we kind of do the math on that and the opportunities are there to close at least one client per week that sees the value and will pay a high premium.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. And the time is a huge issue, to be all honest. Time is, I don't have very much of it. So I guess that was another reason why I haven't really pushed, the coaching as much, because I know that right now with me working full time, my limit, and to be able to give my clients the service that they are paying for, my limit right now would be about 10. Honestly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And another thing that could really save you time too is having what's called a client application system. So I'll show you one of our students here that has this. So this would be something that would save you a lot more time too, going back and forth, trying to figure out people's schedules and all that stuff, right? Sending them a bunch of emails. So this would be your personal link right here that you would have on Facebook, Instagram, your profile. It really substitutes a website, to be honest. But let's just say you set this out to a prospect. Mm-hmm. You have, a book a 15-minute call with Coach Shantae. Mm-hmm. They get to schedule on basically the times you have available, which is weekends, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. And right here, you'd have a mini video just kind of showing them, building the trust, getting to know, and trust you so they can see your personality, hear your voice. And then right here, you have your social proof. So it's like they know before they're booking a call that you're the real deal. You can help them out. And it's a short little bio of who you are right here. If they book a call right here, they put the time in right around your schedule. The second step leads to a mini questionnaire that they fill out. Mm-hmm. So that qualifies them to answer specific questions to see if they have the amount of money to be able to, afford your services, and if they're ready and they're serious. So you don't waste your time.
Yeah. Oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the third step on there, Shante, is a thank you redirect page, right? And that's basically sending them like a piece of value, sending them a video to your Facebook group, and then everything's automated with the reminders of the emails and stuff like that. So it saves so much time, instead of going back and forth and remembering, I got to send this person an email, I got to book them in, all that stuff.
Yeah. Wow. That's huge. That's a great idea.
Yeah. So basically, like, first option could be you can have a VA, right? Second option is the application system to save you time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this idea too, what Eric said, because you do have a specialization like in nutrition, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a master's in nutrition.
And I'm telling you, Shante, we have a student, her name's Annie. She's over in Vegas. And is there any Lifetime Fitnesses around like where you live?
Not close to me. I know there are some somewhere in Georgia, but there are not any close to me.
Okay, that's fine, right? I'm just going to give you an example. She basically partnered up with Lifetime Fitness because they have a bunch of personal trainers and no nutritionists there. So
Wow.
now she's the head nutritionist there because she has that skill set that other personal trainers didn't want to develop or didn't want to partake in, right? So now she can run local seminars there. She's having them feed her clients through Lifetime Fitness, which is a huge, like, $1 million organization, and she's becoming that go-to
Some
person.
of those.
Yeah, you might have to move, right?
Yeah.
But it's just an example, Shante, where it's like you have this expertise and this skill set of a nutritionist to where you can go to other gyms that are local within a 3 to 10 mile radius and partner up with them. And you can do a hybrid model of like 1 time a week consultation in person, or you can even do everything remote. But you're solving a huge problem for a gym, right? Or you can do a nutrition seminar every single month for these gyms.
I like that idea. I like the idea. I'm gonna see if there's any Lifetime somewhere in Atlanta. I'm sure there's one somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you have to drive a little bit, I'm telling you, you could do it on a Saturday. Like, it'd be 100% worth it.
Yeah, that would be huge. Yeah. I think that's a good idea. You guys have given me a lot of great ideas today.
We could keep going, but we got about 2 minutes right now. But yeah, honestly, local nutritionist. Yeah, but I think these 3 things, Shante, like, are some things to really consider, like, going into 2023. But I think the biggest bottleneck, it's the time. And obviously another problem is your offer that needs to be kind of reworked, because if you're getting objections of the price, there's something with the offer, there's something with the positioning of it or something like that, to where people aren't seeing the value. If people see value in an offer and they know it's going to solve an emotional pain point, an emotional like insecurity that they have, especially in fitness, they're going to pay top money to be able to solve that insecurity.
Yeah. And I think maybe I definitely think you're right on the offer and learning how to, hit those pain points. Because maybe I don't think that, when I have the call with them and they tell me the things that are going on and I've talked to them about, well, if I could solve this, would you, want to sign up for coaching and, yada, yada, yada. But once you get to that offer, it's, oh, I have to talk to my husband or I have to talk to my significant other. And I get that because I'm myself and I know that I have to talk to my husband about things, but it's just like, you never get a call back, or either it's, well, your prices are too high. Such and such is charging this amount. And I think I might go with them because this is what I can afford. And in order to get that client, I'll be like, okay, well, what can you afford? And then I end up dumbing my prices down. And when I tell you that every time I lower my prices, these people want the most, and I have to work so much harder for them. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yep. Always ends up like that. Always ends up like that.
Yeah.
And, for the skill set that you have, you shouldn't sit there be budgeting people and negotiating prices like that. We never, ever tell people to discount prices. You can always add on more value and bonuses, but don't ever discount like what you do, because the work you do is so important and you deserve to make a lot of money out of it.
Yeah. Especially having a master's degree.
Yeah, seriously.
That's huge.
It's been really hard. And sometimes I even wonder, I'm like, man, is this for me? Because I don't feel like I'm doing it correctly. And yeah, I definitely think I never thought of doing a VA because, it's like I'm not making enough money in the business I thought that I wasn't, but I see the value in it, the way you guys have explained it. And so I definitely think there are some things that I do need to rework to make this business successful.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Definitely.
So I'm going to ask, so what was your biggest takeaway? And what are you going to take action on?
I'm going to look into the VA, but first, I think I need to figure out how I need to rework my offer. I think that would be more vital to figure out what I need to change in the offer, and then looking into doing a VA, because although I know I had limited time, I guess the way you guys laid it out, it's like, bam, this is part of the problem. So I appreciate you guys putting that out there and sharing that with me, because it's been eye-opening.
Yeah. Yeah. Just want to see you take action and succeed. I know you can. So let's definitely, put that into action, and we'll follow up with you and be like, Shantae, like, what's going on?
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Welcome. So where can the listeners follow you on your social media handles to see what you're up to?
I'm on Instagram, and it is at Shaan, and that's SHAAN_arts, ARRTS. And I'm on Facebook at the same, but it's just Shaan Arts, no underscore. And then also my business page is at DHW Fitness.
All right. We'll have all those linked up in the show notes. So guys, go check out Shantae, what she's doing, and all the greatness she's going to be doing in 2023. So once again, Shantae, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
You're welcome. All right, guys, until the next time.
All right, I hope that you got at least one nugget, one aha moment out of those two strategies we gave Shaan to leverage her time to be able to build her coaching business while she's working full time right now. So now that you have kind of those two leverage points right there with time, the next thing you probably need to do is fix your offer. Usually in a business, there's three main kind of components where somebody's struggling. It's either your audience, your messaging, or your offer. So I'm going to just be like, hey, it's probably your offer. So go check out your offer, because you're probably not charging enough right now and you need to raise your prices. All right. So check out this video right here, how we teach you how to build a high ticket offer the right way.